y'all see me? I think y'all can see me. Okay. Hey, it's Krisha J. Y'all know me by now. If y'all don't know me, better get to know me. Okay, so today, this video is gonna kind of be about like kind of being an entrepreneur, salon owner, my history as a salon owner, all that good stuff. So a lot of people have asked me a lot of questions about, you know, like starting your own business and becoming a salon owner and everything like that. So I'm just gonna fill y'all in on my personal experience. It's really different for everybody. Nobody's gonna have the same experience, but what I can do is fill y'all in on mine. So when I first started out, I'm just gonna give y'all the history of like me doing hair, period. So I've been, obviously, you know, every little girl starts off doing hair. So like I had like cousins and cheerleading teammates and stuff from Metro days, go Tigers, that like would let me do practice like ponytails and stuff like that in their hair or whatever. So I guess that's how I kind of like started out doing hair. And I'll never forget, I had like a little mermaid Barbie doll or whatever, and I didn't know how to braid. So like when I would do my friend's hair, I would always do like little twisty ponytails, but I would never like do actual braids, and I really wanted to learn how to braid. So I had this little mermaid Barbie doll or whatever, and my grandmother set me on the edge of her bed and she taught me how to do one single braid. From then on, obviously I wanted to do a lot of braids. Now they've become known as down knotless braids, but y'all know back in the day, like we wore like regular plaited braids with like beads on the ends and stuff like that. I ain't gonna say back in the day like that because I'm only 27, but I'm not that old. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like back in the day, we wore like our own little twist of the knotless braids or whatever. So anyway, I would like do them on my friends and stuff like that or whatever. Well, then we began adding like braiding hair to it. So when I began adding braiding hair, it was what's known as micros, you know what I'm saying? So by this time, I'm 11 years old. I don't know that, I'm not knowing you can get paid for doing hair. So I'm just doing it just, you know, because it was a hobby of mine or whatever. So with me doing it because it was a hobby, with me doing it because it was a hobby, I more so, like I said, I didn't know that I was supposed to like charge for it and stuff. So my grandmother started telling me like, you better make you some money from doing that. People don't just do that kind of stuff for free and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay. So mind you, at this time, I'm 11 years old. To me, $40 is a lot of money. You know, on Fridays, like I would go to the movies with my friends. This was back when the movies was like, I think it was like $5 or $6, maybe $7 max. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And the movies wasn't that expensive. So $40, like shoot, we went to the movies. It was me, my friends. I would get us popcorn and all kind of stuff. Like I was balling. Of course, popcorn wasn't the drug dealer prices that they is now, but what, I was balling when it came to the movies. Like me and my friends, what, I got us, come on, let's go. But then my grandma like, why is everybody in the church and everybody coming to you getting their hair done? How much are you charging them? I'm like, $40, you know? I thought $40 was a good price for some micros. She like, is you damn crazy, you know? So obviously I went up on micros and stuff. So then boom, I started getting paid for doing hair. So then that's when I started doing like little $20 ponytails in my grandma's basement. So for my clients who was with me from the time I was in my grandma's basement, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for still rocking with me and believing in me, because baby, I need my ass whipped for some of them ponytails. For some of them ponytails and styles I did, because what the fuck? Like, I even look back on stuff from even after I got licensed initially. Like, the layered bangs were not even layered bangs. Like, they were like, they weren't layered bangs. So anyway, fast forward or whatever, I was doing hair all through school. My homegirls would let me hook them up in my grandma's basement. $40 sew-ins, $20 ponytails, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So I got to like, I think I was charging like 80 for sew-ins or whatever. So fast forward, in high school, I'm not gonna say I got into a lot of trouble. I just had a very, not a smart mouth, but a defensive mouth. Like, if you came at me, I'm coming right back. Whether you are a student, a teacher, whoever you are, you come at me, I'm coming right back. That ended up landing me in a lot of trouble. Okay, so that's what I was saying. So back in high school, I would like, I had like a defensive mouth. So it landed me in a lot of trouble. And I also hung around people who were
all I know is get more. All I know is just flourish. Started off on that porch. Now shrimp and pork. Crab and lobster on college. Niggas all skip college. Ended up as them bosses. All I know is we pop.
Close the door. Close the door. Close that door. And stop doing all of that. I'm trying to start to sleep. Grades were always good, so it was like they wanted to suspend me for a smart mouth, but my grades were up to par. So it wasn't like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. I was just defending myself against stuff that I felt like I shouldn't have had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like the being picked on because I'm short, or people thinking they can come for me because I'm short and all of that stuff or whatever. So fast forward, I had talked to my guidance counselor, Mr. Hester. Shout out to him, because if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have finished school. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. And he told me, like, you know, you need to get involved with something to keep you out of trouble, something to keep you focused, and something to keep you going. So I got involved in Anthis. So I signed up for Anthis and stuff. And when I signed up for Anthis, it's basically like a day program. Like you go to high school half day, and you go to like a little trade school half day or whatever. So I was going to trade school or whatever, and I was going for cosmetology. When I first signed up, of course, they seen my record. That's why I be so hard on young girls. Like, look, I understand the, you know, feeling like you have to be, like, defend yourself against stuff. I'm not saying let nobody fuck with you, but don't let nobody fuck up what you have going on either. You know what I'm saying? And so, therefore, when I applied for Anthis, they seen my record, but whatever it was they seen in me, I'm thankful that they did, Miss Veronica Towns and Miss Stephanie Jackson, because once again, if it wasn't for Veronica Towns, Stephanie Jackson, and John Hester, I probably wouldn't even be doing here. I probably wouldn't even taking this serious or any of that stuff. So whatever they seen in me, they believed in me, and I thank them to this day. And they had to talk with me, you know, they like, you know, you can't be at Anthis doing this and that and da-da-da-da. So of course, now here I am feeling like, damn, now I gotta let these bitches damn near punk me because I just wanna make it, you know? But honestly, once I started going to Anthis, it alleviated me being out of like a lot of, I don't know, I guess like tension or stuff or whatever, because I was barely at school. Like when I was in school for my 2 periods, and then boom, like junior year, I was at school for my 2 periods, then boom, I went to Anthis. So I wasn't in the mix of everything that was going on. I wasn't around at lunchtime. I wasn't in all the lunchtime drama or none of that stuff. So boom, went off to Anthis, went to Anthis half day, went to Wayne half day. I ended up finishing both programs. I ended up getting licensed, where I finished high school, and then I finished Anthis due to my smart mouth and my fighting and all of that stuff. The last day of high school for Wayne, they gave me my diploma. It's not funny because it hurt me that I heard my grandma that I wasn't able to walk across the stage because of the altercation that I had got in right before graduation. So when I came back from my suspension on the last day of school of my senior year, they basically told me, like, you know, you can't walk, but here's your diploma. Good luck in life, basically. It was discouraging because I felt like, why are y'all not letting me walk when I've completed, like, that's the moment that your parents live for, is to see you walk across that stage. And it hurt me that I hurt her by not being able to walk across the stage because I couldn't walk away from an altercation, you know? But honestly, in my defense, the altercation was not my fault. Like, literally, the altercation was a jealous guy. Like, that's literally all it was, you know? So, anyway, fast forward or whatever. When did that happen? Oh. So after that, I finished high school, I finished my cosmetology program, and so, boom, here we are, the afterlife of high school. After high school, I turned around and I graduated in June. I started college on my birthday, August 29th of 2011. I got my own place November of 2011, and then, boom, January 2012, I got pregnant. So after that, it's kind of like, I felt like my hopes and dreams in a way kind of like went down the drain because I got pregnant. So here I am, like, okay, I'm with this older dude. Hopefully he like leads me down the right path. And now I have to be a mother. I have to be this family woman and da-da-da. Because I always said if I ever had children, that's who I would always be with. Like, I would give my kids that family. I I grew up having. Like, I wasn't raised by my mother or my father, but I was raised by my grandparents in a 2-parent home. So I always said, when I do have children, I'm gonna give them that. So here we are afterwards. That was an abusive relationship, very toxic and stuff like that, which I'll get into in part 2 of my part 1 video. But anyway, due to the relationship I was in, I didn't pursue my dreams because I was basically being real. I basically let a nigga hold me up, basically. So once and that's the thing about getting in toxic relationships, like, toxic people will get into your head so deep that you will begin to believe them and forget who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was telling me, like, oh, no nigga gonna want no female with 2 kids and da-da-da-da-da and stuff, because he didn't follow his dreams. He discouraged me from following mine. Until finally I got the strength to get up and be like, you know what? I'm finna do this. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want me working in the shop or anything. So finally, one day, actually, I took my cosmetology test twice or 3 times, something like that, before I got with him. Not gonna lie to y'all, failed it. One time I failed it by literally 1 point because you need 75 points. I got like a 74. I was so highly upset. So finally, it's like, once I got into the relationship, I had enough and I just wanted to be my own person and get back to me. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and I took my test. When I took my test, I don't know if it was just the determination in me or what, but boom, I passed it. So from then on, I was friends with a girl named Jaquana Bradley. We're still cool to this day, but I was friends with a girl named Jaquana Bradley. So I don't know what she seen in me either, but girl, thank you. She reached out to me like, hey, I work in this shop, you should come work here, da da da, you know. So I'm like, okay. So boom, that was my first start in the salon. That was at Divas, Beauty Unleashed. That's what it was called. It was Erica's salon. It was called Beauty Unleashed. So I worked there for a while or whatever. Things didn't quite work out for reasons that I won't disclose because it's irrelevant now. But things didn't quite work out. So fast forward, I ended up going to someone's shop that I know and I'm really, I guess, like, great friends with or whatever. I ended up going to Vicky's shop. From Vicky's shop, it was great. Like, I had no complaints or anything, you know. It was great doing business there and everything. But then I wanted to grow and, like, be on my own and kind of do my own thing. So then that's when I got my first salon. Now, this is where we get into the real stuff. So when I got my first salon, I'm not knowing any better. I'm just eager to, like, start my own business and stuff, you know. So if you're familiar with Fort Wayne, I got a salon on the corner of Anthony and Pontiac. The houses in this area, sorry y'all. Okay, I don't know if y'all are familiar. Like I said, I got my first salon on the corner of Anthony and Pontiac. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Anthony area, but honestly, the houses around that area aren't like exactly expensive, you know. Like, people pay about like $600 for rent, maybe $800 tops, $500, $400. Like, it's all in that range, like from the $400 to $800 range tops. And that's if you have a home that's had like a lot of modifications and stuff like that done to it, you know. So, excuse me. Anyway, I got a salon on that was my first salon. I didn't know any better, so here I am paying $12.50 for a salon that's on the south side. Dumb mistake, because for one, it was an older building. So even though I was paying $12.50 for rent, I wasn't even allowed to, it was like a 3-story salon. I wasn't allowed to utilize the upstairs unless I paid $1,600 for rent, which also made no sense to me or anybody else I spoke to about it, even lawyers and everything. So not only that, there was a leak in the basement that didn't get fixed like it was supposed to. So boom. It caused like a mold issue, and I had someone who was pregnant working in my shop. I had a barbershop running in the basement area of my shop that they ended up leaving and stuff, and then the pregnant person who was working in my shop, it could have caused her to get sick and stuff. And it wasn't like, the leak had been going on from the time I got there until it turned into mold, and it was just like, okay, if you're not gonna fix this, I'm gonna go. So once my lease was up, I ended up ending my lease because, you know, like I said, even though the building was or the house or whatever you want to call it, it was like older, you know. So I had to, like, the rent was $12.50, but because it took so much to heat the building because of it being older, the electricity bill would be like $3 something, and then the water, of course, would be like $1 something and stuff. So it just got to, like, as a new business owner, now mind you, when I started my business, I didn't get any loans. To this day, I've never gotten a loan or any of that stuff. I never did any of that stuff. It was just like literally straight out the mud. I grinded, got all my money myself. Nothing was ever handed to me. Nobody ever did nothing for me. Nobody ever got me no salon, none of that stuff. Like, everything I did was solely by me. Like, it was literally just me. So anyway, once my lease was up there, I ended up leaving that salon. And so it's not, I can hear it.
What happened there?
Let me get back to my videos.
Then
Nothing on Netflix.
I got it right here.
Don't bump that, go the other way. That way. Okay. Boom. So my second salon. And my second salon, oh my goodness. To this day, I'm fighting them in court for that. Because it's like, I don't know why I would run into slumlords or whatever the case may be, but oh, by the way, I was in my first salon for a year. So boom, go to my second salon. So when I moved there, sign number one, they were dogging the previous tenant, like dogging them to me like, oh yeah, he didn't do this and he didn't do that and blah, blah, blah. He didn't pay this and blah, blah, blah. None of that is my business. And if you are ever going to rent from somebody and they begin dogging the previous tenant to you, let that be a red flag to you that they will do the same thing to you, to the next tenant, and so forth and so forth. Never do business with somebody who brings prior business into your business. Okay? So, anyway, fast forward. I moved into that salon, you know, that salon was only $800 a month or whatever, and it wasn't that it was $800 a month that was a problem. That was totally fine. But when I moved in, I had to do so many renovations. Like, I had to do like $3,000 worth of plumbing work. I had to, it didn't have a hot water tank. I had to get a hot water tank and get a hot water tank put in. They refused to put a sink in my bathroom, which is by neighborhood code unsanitary. Like, people would want to come out the bath. I kept hand sanitizer in there, but they would want to like come out the bathroom and use my shampoo sinks to wash their hands, and like, I don't know what y'all in there touching, and you know what I'm saying, like what you got going on. That part. So I didn't know none of that stuff was going on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, listen, this is not healthy. Y'all gonna have to put a sink in here or I'm out of here. Then they claim the previous tenant stole the air conditioning unit out of there. So when it was hot outside, basically however it felt outside is how it felt inside. So because there was a previous bill that wasn't paid or whatever, obviously, judging from the experience I went through with them, I wouldn't have paid the bill either leaving. You know what I'm saying? Because of how the tenant, the landlords was, the slumlords or whatever you want to call them. Like, literally, they claim, oh, the bill wasn't paid, so you're going to have to pay the previous bill before you can get heat in your salon. So I have to pay a $400 bill that had nothing to do with me in order to be able to get heat in my salon, because I was tired of running like the propane tanks, the like the heaters that you like spark up and got the big circle. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I was tired of having to do that or whatever and going and buying tanks and everything. So therefore, I ended up having to pay the previous bill of like $400 and something. And once I paid the previous bill of $400 and some, finally I had heat in there. So I'm like, okay, when it comes summertime, they're going to put an air conditioning unit in here. They refused to put an air conditioning unit in there. So like, I had clients up under the dryer like sweating, and they would sweat their hair out before they would even leave the shop, because it was so hot in there. Like, however it felt outside is how it felt inside, and the people refused to fix it. So I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not giving y'all no more rent. The last 2 months, I'm like, I'm not giving y'all, I paid y'all rent for 10 months and y'all still are refusing to fix the problem. So I'm like, these last 2 months, like, if y'all don't fix this, y'all not getting this money. So therefore, boom, I didn't pay the last 2 months because I'm like, y'all are gonna fix this before I give y'all the money. They refused to fix it and stuff. So boom, I left, because I'm like, you know what? If y'all aren't gonna fix this, and I've been a good tenant to y'all almost over a year, and y'all are still refusing to fix the problem, why am I doing business with y'all? Y'all get y'all money when y'all want it on the first. So why am I not getting what I need? It's not like I'm asking anything that is not required. Y'all are supposed to have air conditioning in here. Y'all supposed to have heating here. Y'all supposed to have a bathroom in here. Y'all supposed to have a hot water tank. Like, these are all things that y'all know y'all are supposed to have. So I ended up leaving. Well, I left in a hurry, so I moved out. Horrible location, but great salon. Like, it's a great place if you do business in that area. I ended up moving out west. Literally was there for like maybe 30-45 days, not even that. Like, I ended up getting a salon at Sola Salon, and when I ended up getting a salon there, okay, so boom, horrible location by moving to the salon I had chose to move to. So I ended up not liking that location. My clients didn't like the location. It was no like there was like a hair salon next door, but or a beauty supply next door, but it wasn't like, it didn't have hair and stuff like that. So anytime I needed like actual hair, I couldn't just have my clients like run up the street, or I couldn't just be like, hey, you can go run right here and get some hair. Like they literally had to go to a whole nother side of town because there's no beauty supplies like that we need, like with hair and stuff like that and the products that we use. Like there's none of those on the west side of town. So I ended up having to, like, they're all like bunched up either on the south side. It's like a few here and there out north. I don't even think there's any on the east side. Like literally all the beauty supplies are like south, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make some money, I need to open one up out west. So anyway, fast forward, whatever, it just wasn't a great location. So, and they could see that it just wasn't the right, I guess, fit for me and my clients or whatever. So boom, they ended up letting me out of my lease with no problem. So shout out to Soul Salon. I have nothing against them. They were really great people and everything, but it just wasn't the, I guess, location or the right place, So boom, fast forward. I ended up going to Above Average. Shout out to y'all because they are like my family. Literally love Above Average, love everybody there. We literally are like a family. And I literally have no complaints about Above Average. Like, Dave is great. He works with us. He's very reasonable. He's a great owner. Like, I literally never had any problems with him or anything like that. But now for the big announcement. Like I said, if y'all know Fort Wayne, stuff can get misconstrued and it can be problems and all that stuff. Listen, y'all are hearing it from the horse's mouth. There has never ever been a problem with me or anything that goes on at Above Average. Love it to death. We are all like a family. We like this. We have each other's back. We back each other and everything. However, this is where the announcement comes in. I got a new salon. I'm back to owning my own salon, so Creative Touch Beauty Bar will be available and open beginning Tuesday, November 5th? Yeah, November 5th. Above Average, or not Above Average, but Creative Touch Beauty Bar will be back open at 916 West Coliseum, Suite 8A. So, yeah, I got me a new shop again. Like I said, it's nothing to do with Above Average, like, oh, I didn't like this or I didn't like that or none of that stuff. Like, everything's great at Above Average. We still like family. I'm still gonna be up there. My boys gonna still be getting their hair cut by Twink. Everything's still gonna be great. Yeah, I guess just my season, I don't know, I guess it's just time for me to like move and kind of do my own thing and stuff. Plus I want to shoot my like little YouTube videos and my little hair videos and stuff, and I feel that my clients will probably be a lot more comfortable and like in the new space is more like a personal one-on-one type setting, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it'll just be me and them, because a lot of my clients vent to me about stuff and stuff like that, and I don't want them to think anyone's hearing their business or anything like that. So it's more like comfortable, it's smaller, it's more of like a one-on-one setting, so where it's like literally either one-on-one or it might be like me and one or two other people in there, nothing too big, nothing too crowded or anything. But yeah, I'll be the only one working in there. Yeah, so I guess that's my like new thing. But yeah, what I will say about starting your own business: brand yourself, build your clientele before you just go off into doing stuff. I never take anything as a loss. I take everything as a lesson. So from my first salon, I learned not to rush into something and be so eager that you don't do like background checks of stuff and research, and you don't like inspect the building. Inspect everywhere you move into. I don't care how good it looks, inspect it. Look at everything. Look at water line, especially like as a salon owner. Look at like the water area. Make sure there's no molding. Make sure there's like make sure like if there's any cracks and stuff, like take note of everything so that when you leave you're not held responsible for anything. Because a lot of landlords, and this didn't happen in my first salon, this happened in my second salon, a lot of landlords or slumlords, whatever you want to call them, will try to hold you personally responsible. Once you leave, they'll try to throw things on you that you have nothing to do with, things that were issues prior to you ever coming. Like I said, when I moved there, they didn't have a sink. When they took me to court, they tried to take me to court for me taking a sink out of there or something like that. And I had to show video, because I had video footage and everything, that I never ever took a sink. When I moved in there, they never had a sink. So I'm so glad I took footage when I moved in. I took videos of everything. I took videos when I moved out of everything, so that they couldn't say I did anything. The judge even said when she left, it was actually in better condition than when she moved in there. Like when I tell you guys I got it painted and hooked up so nice that it looked, I mean, when I moved in, it was like a couch with no cushions. It was like the painting was horrible. It didn't look as elegant as I would like it to look. It didn't, like, it was just like the wires hanging from every which way. It was just like so much wrong. Like I said, I had to do like almost $4,000 worth of plumbing work to like get it to where it needed to be. So I say all that to say, when you move in somewhere, don't be so eager that you're trying to prove a point to people that, oh, I'm this age and I'm established and I got this and I did. Take your time. Do not let anyone or anything that anyone is doing rush you, because people will have problems that they'll never let you know about. Like, it's a lot of salon owners who are stuck in shitty ass leases because they were so quick to prove a point and prove that I have this and I have that, and now they're struggling. They'll never let you know it, but I mean, who would? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just giving y'all the raw, real, you know, everything, because I'm giving y'all stuff that people didn't give me, things that I didn't know, things that I had to learn on my own, literally. Like, a lot of this stuff I had no idea, you know. I'm thinking like the salon, the first salon I moved into, it's been in the neighborhood for forever, so I thought that everything was fine. But I mean, it wasn't. Like, I didn't pay attention to stuff that I probably should have paid attention to. Same thing with my second salon. Excuse me. I didn't think about, you know, the whole, when they were dogging the previous tenant to me, and then when I left, people were telling me like, oh, I went to go look at that space and I didn't even know it was you they were talking about. They were dogging you. And it's just like, for one, that's personal business that you're letting other people know. For two, I could let them know the truth about you, you know. So for you to do that, it was like, that's very unprofessional, you know. But you live and you learn. You have to let people say whatever they have to say about you to make themselves feel better, but you do what you have to do for you. I will say that. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna miss everybody at above average, you know, people. I'll be back to visit a lot because I love y'all. Y'all don't think I damn near still work here because I love y'all so much. But yeah, I got a new salon now. So Creative Touch Beauty Bar is back open, 916 West Coliseum, Suite 8A. So hope to see you guys there. Bye.